This is Sonic, and you're watching JD Frank 20.
Yeah, look at this fun topic I found on Twitter. Yeah, every now and then I like to dabble on Twitter to see what fun topics there are. And shout outs to Gotcha Queen, awesome topic right here. Yeah, because every now and then I'm a little scarce for content. I like to see what's up here and there. And this topic is actually pretty unique. Like, what three are you picking? Like, if you had to pick three of these franchises, and there's plenty more. You can basically put them all in that sheet right in that page right there. If you had three of them, without even thinking, which would you take? And you'd be probably surprised what my number one, my number two, and my number three are. You're probably gonna say like, oh, knowing Frank, he's probably gonna put Sonic at number one because you're a big time Sonic fan, even though you can be a hater sometimes. First of all, I'm not a hater, I'm a truth teller. There's a fucking difference. Second of all, Pokemon is great and all, but Pokemon have gone off the deep end for the last 10 years, similar to Sega. Like, what the hell's gone wrong with the Pokemon and the Sonic the Hedgehog franchises? They have gone downhill for almost since 2013. Starting with Lost World at X and Y. X and Y was decent, but it just changed the formula completely. Things haven't been the same. Like, what went wrong? Like, these two companies were on top of their A game in the late 90s. What the hell happened? Then, of course, you got the Megaman series, which, let's be honest, Megaman, it's a hard, difficult series. It's fun here. It can be fun here and there, but at times it can be very difficult if you're playing the OG Megaman games. Then, of course, you got F-Zero. That franchise has been dead forever. Let's be perfectly honest. And you got Street Fighter, the Crash Bandicoot series. Like, if you had three to pick, obviously. Now, Super Mario and Sonic have had the most games. Along with Zelda, all three of these franchises are over 30 years old. Or over 3 decades old. Pokemon just turned 25, so they have a plethora of games. A lot of these other franchises have their own share of games also, but they don't have much variety. Like Crash Bandicoot, you have some great games here and there, but then you have a couple of infamous games in there, but whatever, that's your choice. I don't judge. So if you had to choose any of these, or maybe there's another series that wasn't listed here, let me know what you would want. Obviously, my number one is now let me put these in order. My number 3 series. Now this is gonna be a difficult one because I've been contemplating one of these have to be left out, and yes, I want to stay within the rules because without rules, you might as well just live with the animals. But at the end of the day, look, if you want to bend the rules, go ahead. I'll allow it this once or whatever. If I had to choose between a 3, it would be a difficult one between Pokemon and Mario. And you're probably wondering, why would you put Mario or Pokemon on the last slot of your top 3? You have to realize with Mario games, recently, I haven't had much, investment in these games. Like, I bought, Bowser's Fury, obviously. I only put in, like, maybe an hour, and then I just didn't pick it up again. I don't know why. I'm not saying the game is bad or anything. It's a great game. It's just, like, maybe I just put it down. The 3D All-Stars pack, I only put in 4 hours total in that game. All of it went to Mario Galaxy. I only played like maybe 30 minutes of Sunshine. I played nothing on 64 because, I honestly think Mario 64 on those controllers, they don't work good. It's just me, I'm not saying I hate the game. I'm just saying it just doesn't work well with that version. I'd rather just play the original version where I could just use a different controller if you're playing an emulator on it. But that's just me. Pokemon, I love Generation 4 to death. I love the Sinnoh region, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and of course Gold and Silver. Those are legendary games. I love those games to death, but like I said, Pokemon Black and White are amazing too. Great music, great story. But like I said, Generation 6 through right now have been mediocre at best. Shield and Sword is terrible. So I can't put that in the slot. I have to judge all games. I can't just say one's better than the other. Now for Mario, you're probably saying, oh, it's a no-brainer. There's really no such thing as a bad Mario game. I agree, there's no such thing as a bad Mario game, not counting Lost Levels, let's be honest. But some Mario games are better than others. That's the best description to say. Some are better than others. That way you don't feel bad for saying this game is bad. One game could be a 9 out of 10, the other could be an 8.5 out of 10. Give or take. So I'm going to put Mario at number 3 because recently, like, ever since Mario Odyssey, I haven't touched that game in almost a year and a half. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've did all the post game, and I just don't want to start a new save file. I just feel like, nah, I'm just bored. I just feel like going through all that hassle, getting all those power moons, all that shit, it's just not worth it anymore. You know, but it's a fantastic game nonetheless. You know, everything Mario related, you can't go wrong. Now, number 2 is gonna be Sonic, and here's why. Forces, yes, did leave a sour taste in my mouth. But at the end of the day, look, the Sonic the Hedgehog series is fantastic to me. It's a big part of my childhood. I understand there's some stinkers here and there. Like, even Sonic 06 has some redeeming qualities. In fact, thanks to Sonic Forces, more people are playing Sonic 06 just to realize, was 06 really that bad? And the answer is, well, yes, but it wasn't, you know, but at least it has some redeeming qualities. You know, at least the game is in full-fledged 3D. It may have its, you know, it has, you know, some fun, you know, in-game breaking glitches. It does have its annoying town missions, which I wish they would have never brought back. The infamous load screens. But at least I can say that there's so many negatives in that game, but at least it does have a cult following. Sonic Forces is just a boring game for 2.5 hours. You can easily beat. No emotion. It's just lifeless. Just move on. Not letting it go, people. And then you have some classics like the adventure games, you know, Sonic Heroes. Unleash is decent here and there. It does have its flaws. In fact, I'll make a review about that at a later date. Colors and Generations, obviously, great games. But at the end of the day, you know, then they went downhill with Lost World. So let's move on. So you're probably going to wonder what my number 1 is going to be after seeing this whole list. And my number 1 series would have to be The Legend of Zelda. Now, you're probably going to wonder, like, how would you put that number 1 over the 2 biggest icons in the industry? You have to realize, I put more investment in the Legend of Zelda series than any of these 2. Let me explain. In Breath of the Wild, so far, I put in over 120 hours in the current Let's Play you're seeing right now. And I'm still finding out more, you know, secrets, more treasures, things like that. Because of new abilities that were discovered on YouTube, like new skips, new fun strategies, things like that. You know, tinker with some certain abilities here and there. For Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, I put in over 275 hours, including the DLC, which I paid for, which I have no regrets. It's a fun game, it's a fun experience I have. You see, the thing with Zelda games is, depending on which ones you play, you're always going to get your bang for your buck. You get a great investment because you know you're going to have fun playing these games. Where with the other 2, I just don't see it that way. You know, Mario games, honestly, yeah, they're good here and there, but it's the same thing you're doing. You know, they don't tweak it a bit. You're fighting the same bad guy like almost every time. At least the Zelda series changes it up a bit. You can play the Wind Waker series. You can play Twilight Princess. You can play, you know, a lot of the other spin-off games to get a different experience. Obviously, you're going to get a new variation of the final boss, but that's still cool. The music's fantastic. The adventure is great, you know, and that's why I rank it at number 1. For Pokemon, I wanted to include it on this slot, but then again, Pokemon really hasn't been on their A game lately. In fact, with Shield and Sword, that really took them off the slot, if that makes any sense. Like, Shield and Sword could have easily gone into the top 3, but no, Pokemon could have gone into the top 3, but Shield and Sword kept them out of there because of how I felt about that game. And the fact that they put 3 season passes along with the base game, that's $90 you're spending, and the game is boring, it's bland, nothing interesting happens, even with the expansion passes, which should have been there, but which should have been in the base core game itself. It's a cheap cash grab, and I would highly recommend nobody pick that game up. But if you're curious, just buyer beware. Where for Zelda, at least, you're getting a safe experience. It's a great game. In fact, you know, if you haven't played the Skyward Sword, I would recommend get the Skyward Sword HD remake, which comes out on July 16th. On my birthday, nonetheless. So, yeah. And like I said, when it comes to Zelda games, it's a no-brainer that I'll pre-order games recently. You know, a lot has changed within the last, you know, year and a half for me. You know, I always kept saying, oh, it's Sonic, Mario, it's one of the 2. But then Zelda comes in and becomes the difference maker, and now that's why you get Zelda gameplay every Friday, because it's a special day. That's why I like to include it on that day. If you're curious why every Friday I always upload a Zelda Let's Play, that's why. And for a special somebody, obviously. It's our special day. So other than that, you know, let me know what your 3 games are gonna, what you would pick. You know, like, it wasn't an easy call for me. It really wasn't. You know, like I said, I mean, Pokemon has been fantastic from the beginning all the way to Generation 5. But once Gen 6 started, they've been slowly declining, and then basically Shield and Sword, no. I just boycotted that game completely. It's a complete boycott. I won't even play it. I won't even go through the troubles of emulating the game anyways, because it's a waste of my time. You know, like Sonic and Mario, you can't go wrong. Maybe there's some of you who don't give a damn about any of these franchises I listed. It's understandable, you know, maybe you have different allegiances towards other franchises. Maybe you love Grand Theft Auto, maybe you love the Halo series, maybe you love the God of War series, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Castlevania, you know, Metroid, you know, things like that. You know, let me know what you like. I mean, just list them down. Let's have fun with this. Alright, let me know what y'all think, and I'll see you all later. Deuces!